Hello again. In this video we're going to learn about the English or American conversions for mass. When we're talking about mass, we're going to have just two conversions, and that's nice for us. We have ounces to pounds and pounds to tons. So we're going to start off with a nice problem. The nice thing about conversions is that they're all done the same way, and that is super convenient. So let's say we have 34 pounds. And I apologize in advance. My pound symbol, you might get confused thinking it's a 1. I'll try to do a cursive L. That's an L for pound. So let's say we have 34 pounds, and we want to know how many ounces that is. Well, we do what we did before with length conversions. We'll write down what we start with. We have 34 pounds. And since it's a whole number, we'll put it over 1. And we're going to multiply it by 1. The one we pick is the conversion that we have memorized. And we just have to memorize these two, and we have all of the conversions that we need. And since we don't want pounds, we're going to put pounds in the denominator. And we want to be left with ounces, so ounces is put in the numerator. And we are told there are 16 ounces for every 1 pound. Now with this, pounds in the top and in the bottom, they cancel out. We're left with ounces. That's what we were hoping for. And we just have to multiply these two numbers together. We have 34 times 16. So we'll go ahead and multiply. 6 times 4 is 24. Carry the 2. 6 times 3 is 18, plus the 2 is 20. Placeholder, don't forget it. Multiply by 1 and everything's the same. Add up the digits. Let me extend my page. And we have 544. And now our new unit is ounces. So we have 544 ounces. And that's how we tackle the problem, which is pretty nice. Now let's do one mean problem so you don't think everything's, sunshine and rainbows. Let's say we have 22,400 ounces. And we want to know how many tons that is. So we're going to start off with what we know. We know we have 22,400 ounces. And we're going to put it over 1, just to make ourselves sleep better at night. Now, we want tons in the end, but I don't have a direct conversion from ounces to tons. And let's scoot back to the previous page. We know ounces to pounds, and we know pounds to tons. So make sure you have these memorized. So I can convert from ounces into pounds. And sorry about my L symbol again. And how I'm going to do that is make ounces up top, cancel out with the ounces in the bottom, and I'll be left with pounds. And we're going to go ahead and say, okay, for every 1 pound, we have 16 ounces. Once we have that, we want to get rid of pounds. And we are told that in every 2,000 pounds, there is 1 ton. So pounds cancel out with pounds. And we're left with tons, which is what we want. Ounces canceled out too. So now all we have to do is this crazy multiplication. Now remember, if things are in the denominator, you're dividing. Denominator starts with a D, dividing starts with a D, remember that. Numerator, you're just multiplying. So we're multiplying 22,400 by a bunch of 1s, so that's the same. I'm just going to go ahead and start off slow. I'm going to take 16 and divide it into this lovely number. So a little bit of space is called for. 16 dividing into 22,400. Now you could do this a couple of different ways. In fact, I'm almost tempted to cheat and say, well, I saw the ending zeros, I could cancel them off. But I'll save that for later. So you can divide however you see fit. Just make sure you keep track of yourself and you don't accidentally divide something twice. So 16 is going into this lovely number. 16 can go into 22 once. Subtract. We got 6. Bring down the 4. 16 times 4 is exactly 64. Subtract. Nothing left. And I'm going to go ahead and cheat real quick. Remember, we'll bring down the next digit, 0. Subtract. Bring down the next digit, 0. And there we go. We have no remainder. So we have 14,000. But be careful. Oh no, I said that wrong. We have 1,400 or 1,400. I shouldn't have said that wrong. Sorry about that. So we have 16 goes into itself once and into this lovely number 1,400. But we still have the issue where we're dividing this by 2,000. And I know my work is getting a little bit messy, so let me go ahead and go to a nice new clean page. We have 1,400 divided by 2,000 is what we're working with right now, because that's all that survived in our previous problem. Go back to it, rewatch it if you need to. And you'll notice here the zeros cancel out. We're left with 14 over 20. In fact, we can make this a little bit nicer. This is really 7/10. And 7/10, we could write that as a nice decimal. We can write it as 7/10. And we were talking about tons, so we have 7/10 of a ton. If you need to see this, remember you could do the long division. 10 is in the bottom, so it's dividing into 7 up top. Fling a decimal point, toss a 0 at the end. 10 times 7 is 70. Ugh. Subtract, no remainder, so 0.7 tons is our answer. Promised you a messy one, right? So, until next time.